Hey guys, Johnny here. Well, before we get started, I want to say thank you for all of your prayers and support. It means the world to my wife Lisa and I, and we sincerely thank you from the bottom of our hearts. All the encouragement through the emails and comments lately have meant the world to me. And of course, the support that you've given us so we can keep the lights turned on, the internet going, and all that, of course, means the world as well. We wouldn't stick around without you guys. And so, for those of you who don't know, we are being forced to move out of our place here at the end of the month. So, if you would, please keep us in your prayers for a new place to live. But we are trusting God to find us one that's already ready to go. It's just a matter of finding it. So please stay in prayer with us for that as well. But thank you very much for all of your prayers and support. Now on to the news. Geofencing added to car software. It can shut down your car if you drive too far, too long, or where the government doesn't want you to go. So here we go. The more technology they put into these cars, guys, the more they can do stuff like this. And I would just say that if your car, I don't care if it's 20 years old, if it's got OnStar in it, they can do this stuff to it. They can shut it down anytime they want to via satellite. So here we go. Vehicle manufacturers have begun issuing software updates, which include geofencing to limit how far, how long, or where they will not be allowed to drive, all done remotely without your consent. Let's say government wants to limit you driving only 5 miles from your house. They can issue a command remotely that will cause your vehicle to simply shut off if you try to go further than they want. Let's say government wants to keep you away from certain areas, perhaps a protest area. They can remotely geofence that area, and any car that has an SOS button can be made to shut off if it tries to drive toward or into that area. So let's listen to this video from a gentleman who had this done to his car.
Government's remote control of car use installed on my car with no informed consent. I bought a Hyundai Kona EV 18 months ago, 71 plate, from a dealer. The car went in for a MAPS upgrade and came back as a write-off for me. They took the opportunity to upgrade the BlueLink infotainment software, and when I started it up, I was presented with a new screen saying terms and conditions changed. I was bored that day, so I flicked down a few pages and was about to jump out when I read it was now equipped with geofencing and geotiming capabilities. We're talking about anything with an SOS button. My wife's car is a 2016. They can set range limits and time limits remotely. The terms say it's not used without consent unless required by law. The last sentence voids the whole thing.
And there you have it. A few pages down, it has the agreement, of course, that they want you to electronically sign. So it seems that people are going to have to get rid of the onboard computers that allow remote access. Perhaps overwrite the vehicle software. It could be a whole new industry for skilled programmers. Yes, it could. But this stuff is so integrated into the new vehicles now, it would be impossible to uninstall it. And, if you have an older one, it's probably feasible. Like if you have an older General Motors car or truck with that OnStar in it, sometimes those things can be removed. But with the newer stuff, I highly doubt it. And this is one of the reasons I said back in 2010, when they had the Cash for Clunkers program, and they want everybody to turn in these old gas-guzzling cars, right? And get credit at the dealer for a new car. And they were trying to spur the economy on this way. Well, it was a big mess for one thing. But anyway, it was also to get all these vehicles that weren't controllable off the road. Think about it. All these 60s, 70s, early 80s vehicles that didn't have all these computers in them that were all analog, that could not be connected to the Internet of Things. Well, all those cars had to be destroyed. They couldn't be controlled. That was one of the big reasons. So obviously, I can't prove that, but I guarantee you someone was thinking about it. So there you go, guys. If you got a new car, they can shut it down anytime they want. Wow, that's scary. This is why I would never buy a new car these days. Well, that's it for now. God bless. Take care. Johnny Storm, Don't Speak News.